want to share a little something about spiritual battle that I have learned personally through my own experience. When thousands of people are creating war in your mind and you feel like you have schizophrenia because so many people are violating you in your mind. I would like to say or share with you my greatest gift was additional challenges. When somebody is creating war with you in your mind and you feel like you've got schizophrenia, maybe the doctor tells you you do, and your brain is just being torn apart by thousands of people calling you every foul name and telling you exactly how they're going to violate you if they ever get their hands on you. They love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. It's a terrible thing. When I was, so in 2003 is when my mental and spiritual battle first began. In 2004, I got a job and I had to operate some heavy duty machinery, a 50 bin collator for booklets, and also an 18 bin booklet maker. So 50 bins is a lot. It's 5 towers of 10 bins each, and each bin has specific adjustments that have to be made in order that you don't pull doubles or skip sheets. When you're collating books, like the books that you buy in the store, you want to make sure you don't miss a sheet or that you don't pull double sheets. It has to be perfect. And every bin, 50 of them, have to be adjusted in the micro way in order to get this to function flawlessly. So while I had war raging in my mind and I had my vision, sometimes it would be like an oil splatter would just kind of go through my eye and I would like go blind in one of my eyes. And all of this was happening and I was like this war raging, right? Well, I took my attention and I focused it on learning this new machine and both of these new machines. And it was very delicate work because you can't argue with a machine. You can't kick it, you can't beat it, you can't slam it around and get mad, that it won't work. You have to actually take a deep breath, inhale, and then figure it out in a calm manner and get that thing to run smoothly. So you really have to focus on, I used to call it jury rigging, because when you're working for a company that doesn't spend a lot of money on the parts that you need, you have to be creative with the elements that you have at your disposal to make it work. So anyway, while it seems counterproductive to add additional challenges to your mental body while you are undergoing a spiritual war in your mental body, we all know that what you put your attention on grows. So if you focus on that mental war, it's gonna swallow you. But if you give yourself another challenge that requires extreme dedication and focus, you can sort of separate your attention from that war that is being waged on you. And in my life, I was given the opportunity because while everybody else in the world saw lack, a lack of experience, a lack of knowledge, the employer that I had at the time recognized potential. So while I learned these 2 machines and I ran them for I think 3 years or something before I got moved up into the production manager and scheduler. And we were a main location. We had many hubs that delivered their product to us so that it could be collated and bound and whatnot. I work in the printing industry. So we were very busy all the time. We had many hubs. After this, he moved me to another location where I had to learn how to operate digital 4-color printers. And I had to learn how to do customer service. with a smile, genuinely. So I had to have conversations with people. I was an introvert for a very long time. I didn't, because I had this stuff going on in my head. But my employer gave me this new position where I had to be an extrovert. I had to assist people with the self-service machines, as well as run things on the 4-color digital printers while they waited often. I had to answer the phones and, learn how to operate the till, the cash register. Had to open and close the store. After this, I became a manager of one of the hub locations, 12-hour days, answering the phones, dealing with the customers at the counter, assisting them with the self-service machines, running the 4-color digital printers, and there were 2 of them that we had, as well as some black and whites. I had to do the estimating. I had to answer the emails, open and close, as well as do some of the bindery, the finishing stuff and packaging get it ready for the delivery. So it was a strenuous job of a great responsibility. And all the while, I still had this major war going on in my head where thousands of people were telling me how horrendous I was and what kind of suffering they were going to inflict on me. And then I got moved into accounting. The CFO, she liked my dedication and how I seemed to manage every new task or responsibility that they gave to me. So she brought me into her department, and then I had to learn billing. So I did billing, and each client has its own specific way. Some people like their bills faxed, emailed, snail mailed. They like online transfers, credit cards, all this stuff. There's so many different ways to process a bill. And each company had specifics that you had to adhere to, like purchase orders or proper descriptions. And, the bill has to go to a certain location, So very, very detail oriented. And I did that for a couple of years before I left that company. But during that whole time, it was like 10 years. I want to thank those out there who see potential in people and give people the opportunity to learn new things and to develop new skills and to advance in life. It's necessary because this particular world has been one which consistently tries to remind people of their inability, their lack, and they really focus on tearing people down. I was blessed at the time of the most serious mental war with an employer who saw potential in me and consistently raised me up and made me use my brain to learn new things and made me become accustomed to actually creating relationships with people and serving them in a good way with a genuine smile, which included eye contact, being fully present. So I guess the main message here is that when you have war going on in your head and they are tearing your mind apart, I mean, you literally feel like your brain is being split down the middle and you've got somebody waging war on the right side and somebody waging war in the left side, and it's just being scrambled in here, right? And you got to forcefully take that attention and you got to apply it to a different challenge, one that is not their choosing. You've got to learn how to manage yourself under great pressure and interference. And I suppose that's the goal, right? For every human being, to manage themselves well, despite what this world gives them. To remain balanced and harmonious, to remain loving and caring, to remain peaceful if you can, and accept more and more and more responsibility in your life, even while the war is being waged to tear you apart and to tear you down. Choose another challenge. I know it sounds like you're just increasing your burden and your load, but when somebody outside of you, invisible, is waging war on your mental body, you must choose yourself another challenge and then put your attention on that other challenge. And just let these guys scramble by themselves and learn something new, add value to your soul, and become accustomed to managing your energy and your life despite the interference. I hope that this message helps you. There's so much more that can be said about this. But for now, this is all I'll say. And I wish you well.